states the freedom of the act of faith cannot justly a right to dissent. This freedom does not indicate freedom with regard to the truth, but signifies the free determination of the person in conformity with his moral obligations to accept the truth. In other words, one is perfectly free to accept the teachings of the Church, but not to question or reject them. Freedom cannot be manifested or expressed except through submission. It is a curious definition of freedom. Such restrictions are monstrous enough when imposed on Catholics alone, monstrous in the psychological and emotional damage they will cause, the guilt, intolerance, and bigotry they will foster, the horizons of knowledge and understanding they will curtail when confined to a creed. However, they apply only to those who voluntarily submit to them, and the non-Catholic population of the world is free to ignore them. The Dead Sea Scrolls, however, are not articles of faith, but documents of historical and archaeological importance which belong properly not to the Catholic Church, but to humanity as a whole. It is a sobering and profoundly disturbing thought that if Cardinal Ratzinger has his way, everything we ever learned about the Qumran text will be subject to the censorship machinery of the congregation, for the doctrine of the faith will be in effect filtered and edited for us by the Inquisition, given its obligatory allegiance to the congregation. One is justified in wondering whether quite simply the Cole Biblique can be trusted, even if the Israeli government clamped down and ordered the immediate release of all Qumran material. However, could we be sure that items potentially compromising to the Church would ever see the light of day? We personally, in this book, should like to pose publicly certain basic questions to Father Jean-Luc Vesco, the Cole Biblique's current director. If the Cole Biblique is accountable to the Pontifical Biblical Commission and the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, what are its responsibilities to scholarship? How can any reputable academic institution function under the strain of such potentially divided, even mutually hostile loyalties? And what exactly would the Cole Biblique do if, among the unpublished, or perhaps as yet undiscovered Qumran material, something inimical to church doctrine turned up?